What's up guys, this is Ben from Life in 360 and today for something a little different, I'm going to be walking around Sydney Harbour, my home city, and shooting some stock footage in 360. I've got my Gear 360 that I'm shooting this on now, and I think this is the perfect day to go out shooting, and my aim is to get some stock footage that I can hopefully sell online. Brought my big ass light stand. This thing can extend about 4 meters high, it's ridiculous, and yeah, I thought I'd find the best spots that I can find in Sydney. Just at the harbour right now, and as you can see I've got the beautiful harbour bridge behind me. This is one of Sydney's hidden spots no one knows about except me and these people, so hopefully no security guards come and tell me to get lost, which is a real possibility. Okay, Gear 360 is on. So first I'm just going to spread the legs. You want to draw as little attention to yourself as possible when you're shooting in public, so I'm going to not make it too obvious if I can help it. Just only spread the legs a little tiny bit. Okay, so I'm going to carefully consider the seam line, so I don't want the bridge to be cut off, so I'll make the seam line maybe across here, this way I think. All right, and countdown on the camera is activated. I do also want to hide the shadow of the camera, so I'm going to hide it within the shadow of this beam. Okay, and we're rolling. Wow, this is gonna go so high. Just gotta be really careful it doesn't shake and that it doesn't tip over. I only need 60 good seconds. So hopefully there's just 60 seconds where the light stand stays still and there aren't too many visual distractions. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm an onlooker just so I fit in naturally in this 360 video. I'll probably be an ant given how high up the camera is. Okay, we're coming down. It's one. Makes such a big difference, even a few meters. See how much that perspective changes? It's huge. So getting a light stand that can go a decent way is an awesome, awesome investment. Sweet, I got my very first shot and I didn't get escorted off the premises and taken off to jail, which is always a good start to a video shoot. This time, I want to go a little bit closer to the harbour bridge so you can really see what's underneath it. It's huge. It's hard to get an idea of the scale of it unless you're actually here, but this is one damn big bridge. There it is in all its beauty. Location number 2. On the other side of the bridge now, and this time we're in shade instead of sun. So it'll be interesting to see how the exposure turns out, whether it works in our favour or against us. Just going to reposition the seam line, so hopefully it doesn't cut anything off. Worried about that tree that it might get cut off. I'm going to aim towards the other side of the bridge. I think we should be good there. Fingers crossed, and as high as we can go. So from shooting at 2 locations so far, something I've realized is that people are much less likely to stare if you're not actually next to the light stand or the camera. So if you go set it up and walk away, people won't look at you like you're surveying for aliens. And that's always a good thing. Not that I really care, because it's not going to bruise my ego or anything, but I'm just worried about it ruining the footage. Like if everyone's staring at the camera and staring at me suspiciously while I'm near the camera, then that defeats the purpose of coming out and shooting footage, because then it's just going to be full of people breaking the fourth wall. All right, so location number 3, halfway in between the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House over there. And I do need to make a decision about the seam line because I've got a big fence here. Obviously I'll raise the camera higher than the fence, but it could still get cut off in the seam. So therefore, it's important that I keep the seam line here, so it doesn't cut any of this off. Even though it's going to be high, it probably will cut it off if it's too close, and it will be if I face the seam that way. So that's why I'm going to face it this way, and I'm anticipating no issues. Could be wrong, I've been wrong many times before. It's like my light stand is just part of the fence. Like almost nobody has noticed it. That's awesome. I think this is the perfect spot. If the exposure looks good, then I think we've got a winner. And of course here, I'm just acting like an innocent bystander here for a picnic on his lonesome with all of his friends. Where'd you go? Time to review the footage, because if I need to reshoot it, now is the time to do it while I'm here and not import it all when I get home and realize it looks crappy. I just uploaded the footage to my phone and watched it back, and thankfully it looks awesome. It's such an important part of your workflow. You need to be checking your footage on location if you're thinking about shooting professionally or even semi-professionally. There's no worse feeling than getting home and realizing that all of your footage is at the wrong resolution or it's overexposed. It's completely ruined and unusable. It's better to know then and there so you can quickly go back and reshoot it. That's happened to me so many times, honestly, with both 360 and conventional video and photo. Personally, I'm all about merging creativity and business. In order to be creative long term, you need to be kind of making money from it or earning enough to survive. And if you can do that through your creativity, then that's a really good thing, because then you're not always struggling to find time to be creative because you have the financial backing to keep getting out, experimenting, taking photos and videos. That's why this idea really appealed to me, because shooting stock video is a really good passive income. If you can shoot really good footage and put it online, it's going to earn you money forever. Yes, it mightn't be a huge amount. Could be, if the footage is good enough and it's picked up by the right amount of people and the right people. But you need to be thinking about passive income strategies. If you do want creativity to be a big part of your life long term, you can't be struggling. You can't be a struggling artist, unfortunately. You need to find financial strategies that support that and allow you to do it with the larger part of your time. Something I don't think a lot of people realize is that we're just at the beginning of 360, that there's so many damn opportunities to make a really good position for yourself and to really set yourself up nicely. And for things like stock footage, there are no famous 360 stock footage shooters yet. So although that's not something I want to do not want to be a stock footage shooter, I do recognize there's a gap in the market and there's potential to shoot some stuff that really gets noticed because there's just nothing else yet. Think about stock photos and stock video. There's so much online. There's hundreds of millions of stock photos online available for purchase that it's so hard to get your photo to stand out. As with stock video in 360, there's maybe hundreds of clips, that's it. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. Look, I'm not even confident yet that it will, but assuming that 360 video does become a mainstream media, which I'm very confident it will, stock footage is going to be a real way to earn money through 360. Okay, here I am. I think I'm going to stand a much better chance of getting some good interrupted footage at the back of the Opera House, because there's so damn many people on the steps there that there's probably a few security guards as well, and I just don't want to risk getting thrown out or being told to put my light stand away until the very end of my shoot. Happy to face that if I have to, but I'd rather get as much footage as I can and then go for the riskiest shot last, just so I know it's been a good day with or without that final shot. It's looking good, the coast is clear. The only issue I have at the moment is the shadow of the light stand. I know it's going to be quite prominent, so hopefully, I'm hoping once the camera is raised high enough, it'll disappear just because it's so far away. From 4 meters up, I look like an ant, so I'm hoping the shadow will be too, so let's find out. Okay. How's that? Oh, no, I can see that. I can definitely see that, and so can everyone else. Lots of curious stares and questions, but it's all good. I'm happy to talk 360 if anyone's interested. How's that view? How's the seam line? Those are the questions that go through my mind on a daily basis. So many people come so close to this dam that I'm terrified that they're going to be taking a selfie and kick it, and then the camera goes flying, and then bye-bye gear 360. I think I've probably got a good 30 to 60 seconds, so I'm going to take it down just for safety's sake and move over to probably a better viewpoint over there where you're closer to the harbour bridge and there's less people. So now I'm heading to my very final location, and that's right in front of the Opera House. And this probably has the highest element of risk just because there's so many people there, and it's going to be hard to get a good vantage point and not have people staring at me and not having people ask me to move or leave. So I'm really not expecting to get a good shot. However, this could potentially be one of the best shots I ever get if I do find that perfect spot. There's not actually as many people as I thought there would be, so that's a very good start we're off to. I think this is going to be the best vantage point because you can see all three sails of the Opera House really clearly. A dilemma you will almost always face when you're in a really good photo spot like this is whenever you set up your camera in the perfect position, someone else is going to come and sit within a meter of you, and they'll set up, they'll get comfortable, and they'll ruin any chance of you getting a shot. Therefore, you have to get up, choose a new spot, set up again, and then another person comes. So that's the dilemma I'm currently facing. Just walking around this little paved area of the Opera House, and I just need to find the perfect angle that's conducive of hiding a light stand. Let's do this thing. Hey, I just playing with my new toy, Gear 360. 360 camera? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
360 camera, got a lens on either side. Perfect place to play around with it, don't you think? Is that all right? Cool. Sorry? Oh yeah. So it took 30 seconds of having my camera out and rolling for a security guard to come and question what I was doing. Gave him just a friendly smile and said, hey, I'm just shooting with my new toy that I got, and yep, just for personal reasons, and he was cool with it. Helps to be friendly. Can't be standoffish, always be as friendly as possible, and just kind of understate what you're doing. Alright, so it's been a successful day, so happy. It's gone flawlessly at every location, been able to shoot at least 60 seconds of really good footage. I'm going to go home now and review it and just make sure I've got something worthy of being uploaded and potentially sold online. So I'm super happy. I definitely encourage you to do this in your own city. If you have any really nice landmarks worth capturing, get out a 4K 360 camera and a light stand, get the best vantage point you can find, shoot 60 seconds of stock footage and try uploading to this 360 website. I'll definitely be sure to update you guys about how it goes. I'm not totally confident yet that it's the right way to go, but we'll find out. Until next time, keep capturing your world in 360. Hope you enjoyed this Tiny Planet blog. Just thought I'd try something different. Let me know if you like this. I'll try another one. All right, guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ben Claremont. Bye.